Hey guys, and welcome to the Artflow channel. My name is Ross and we're continuing learning Figma, and this is our second video. We'll talk about different settings in this software, how to create objects, how to change their appearance, and a lot of useful stuff. So let's get started. So with the help of previous video, you already know how to create a document in Figma and what those panels are used for. Now we need to figure out how to create a new object and how to change its appearance. To create a new object, you need to press R on your keyboard, and that way you'll select Rectangle tool. You can also open this tool right here with this small arrow button, and you can see that we have a lot of other basic shapes such as line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, and etc. Right now we're gonna work with rectangle to figure out how to work with this tool. Click it, and now drag and move your left mouse button from one corner to another. That's it. Okay, update available. Next launch. It's not gonna be any useful to you. Mostly those updates are very basic, so it's okay. So once you create your object, you'll see that now you have another tool selected, which is Move tool, because software understands that once you created an object, you need to do something with this object, such as moving it around, scaling it, rotating it, rounding corners, etc. It's all possible with this basic Move tool. Now, how to zoom in or zoom out from your canvas? You need to hold Command on your Mac, and with mouse wheel just scroll up or down. That's it. On Windows, it's probably gonna be Control and scrolling in the same way. It's as simple as that. It's similar to Adobe's products. Also, you can zoom in or zoom out by clicking Control or Command plus and minus. So Command plus is gonna be zooming in and Command minus is gonna be zooming out. Those are main ways of how to zoom in or zoom out. Now let's figure out how you can change size of your object. In order to do that, you need to make sure that you have this Move tool selected. Now hover your corner of an object and you'll see that you have a new icon which allows you to resize your object. Okay, if you want to rotate it, it's very simple. Simply go outwards until you see this rotation icon, and you can rotate your object. If you want to rotate it with a constraint, 15 degrees as I remember, you need to hold Shift button on your keyboard. That way you can rotate with 45 or 30 or 15 degrees, depends on the situation. You can adjust later on. Now, if you want to round your corners, you can do that very easily because you can see that you have this small icon right here. Once you hold left mouse button and move it around, you can see that you can round corners of your object. I'm gonna leave it right here at radius 40. Now, let's figure out how you can change color of your object. It's very easy. Go to the right section until you see this Fill category of this properties panel. In Fill category, you can click this small icon, so you'll open a custom color selection option, and here you can change your color based on brightness and saturation. If you want to change your hue, you need to go right here and move this slider to the right or to the left. Also, if you're not so used to working with this kind of color selection, you can go right here to Hex and change it to RGB or CSS or HSL. And in that way, you'll have a different representation of colors, so you can type those information right here in those fields. Mostly I'm using with hex colors, but if you're used to RGB, you know where to find it. If you have a situation where you have some color from your image from another part of your screen, or you have image right here in Figma, you can copy this color using this eyedropper tool or sample color tool. You can click with left mouse button and then click at any object that you see, click, and now you're gonna copy its color into your object. Also, you can see that you have on the bottom part of this section on this page color samples. Those are generated automatically, so every color sample that you have on your page right now is gonna be available here, and you can choose your color from this preset. If you want to change blend mode for your fill, you can go right here to the blend mode and change your blend mode. If you're coming from Photoshop or Illustrator, you're probably familiar with it, because how blend mode work is it allows you to determine how your top object is gonna work with your bottom objects, bottom layers, basically. You need to click right here, and now you can change your blend modes. So based on situation, you can use soft light, overlay, screen, multiply. Those modes used for different purposes. Multiply mostly for shadows, screen for situations when you need to leave only bright parts of your image, overlay if you want to have a contrast on your image. So if you know why you need to use those blend modes, you'll find them here. If you do not know, we'll cover it later in our videos, because this is most kind of high-end feature, so we'll skip it right now. Also, we have a setting to adjust transparency. Right now, I have one object on top of another, and if I want to decrease opacity of this top object so I can see through this object, I can go right here to the fill section and decrease opacity. To do that, you need to hover this percentage icon and drag it to the left. That's it, left or right. You can type 50%, 15%, doesn't matter, but mostly I'm just dragging to the right or to the left, that's it. If you want to hide this fill, you can press this I button, toggle visibility. Once you do that, you'll no longer see your fill for this object, but everything else is going to be visible, such as stroke effects. It's going to work. It's just a setting to turn off your fill. But what if you want to hide your entire layer? If you don't want to hide only one fill or one stroke, how to hide the entire layer? You can go to the left side into the layers section, and right here you'll find this small toggle visibility layer button. Click it, and that's it. To the left side from this feature, you'll see a toggle layer lock-in feature, which allows you to lock your object so you're no longer able to move it around. And to unlock it, just press the same button, that's it. And now let's figure out how to add stroke to your object. Right now we have this purple object. I can go to stroke section, click plus, and now I can add stroke. You can increase or decrease its weight, like so, and you can choose, do you want this stroke to be inside your object or at the center, so you have your shape of an object and your stroke is going inwards and outwards, or you can choose to have it outside. So it's all up to you. It's the same as in Adobe products. We'll keep it inside for now, so we can have precise settings in width and height, because otherwise it's gonna be a bit ruined. And if you want to change stroke color, it's gonna work in the same way. Simply move it around and that's it. In Figma, we have interesting feature which allows us to have a couple of strokes on top of each other and a couple of fills. It works very simple. You need to press this plus button. In that way, you'll create a new stroke color. So you have the same setting for width. As you can see right now, I'm changing thickness and it applies to this and this color. It's not changing, it's not creating two separate strokes. It's just one stroke with the color overlay. So I have my black color and I have, as an example, red color. And I can increase or decrease opacity of each layer. That's it. You might ask me, why do I need this feature? Like, what's the reason of doing that? And the main answer is because if you have an image that is embedded into your frame, into your object, and you want to tone it down, like you have your photo and you want to make it darker, you can add new fill because it works with the fill in the same way, and you can tone it down by increasing or decreasing opacity of your fill. So you can make your photo darker or lighter without changing the photo itself. It's like a filter on top of your object. In that way, it works like a charm. But that's not it, because you know that in most design tools we have solid colors and we have some gradients, and we have gradients here as well. you can click right here at this small button to enable gradient mode, and now you can change your gradient and apply it as a new fill, so you can adjust its visibility, and as a result you have your basic fill, which is this kind of purple red color, and we have a gradient which applies on top of this fill. How the gradient works, it's quite simple. We have two colors right now at the beginning. You can double click on each of those colors, change them to anything you want, and then you can increase or decrease their opacity, so you can have a transition between those colors. Gradient is just a smooth transition from one color to another, and you can have multiple ones. If you want to have a new color or your gradient, simply click on this rectangle section and you'll have another gradient controller. If you want to get rid of this, simply press delete or backspace, and that's it. Now, alongside with gradients, we have patterns section. I'm not using them too much, but if you need them, you can find them right here. You can adjust scaling, spacing, alignment of your patterns. You can upload them, you can create your patterns, you can do whatever you want in this software, but right now we're gonna skip it. And the next section is image section. This works in the following way. You need to press upload from computer, find your image, and that's it. Later on you can adjust exposure, contrast, saturation, make sure that your image looks beautiful, that's it. And the same stuff we have for the video, but to be honest with you, I don't know when you need to use it. Well, you can upload video later, or you can just grab a screenshot and use it as a placeholder. So it's kind of useless to me, but you have this option if you need one. And the last one is libraries. You can see that we have some library colors from iOS, we have some accent colors, we have different libraries, material design, simple design system. You can create your own library, and that's it. If you want to have one, you can have one. One more thing that you need to know. Right here, this small icon, you can see that we have styles and variables. Styles and variables is gonna open the same section, but why I'm telling you this, because you're gonna press this button quite often if you want to create a new color that is going to be the same across all your usage scenarios. Like you have a button and you have a green color of the same button. You don't want it to shift from one button to another. It's gonna be the same green for all this kind of stuff buttons. So you can press plus right here and create a new variable based on your settings. Right now I have properties of my color, which is purple color with white overlay, 68% brightness or transparency, and now I can assign a name like purple image, and you can assign description. When do you need to use this option? Create style. Now you have this fill. How to use it? You can create a new object, then go to this section and apply your purple image. If you're gonna change anything about this preset, it's gonna be changed across your entire document. Let's go to edit, change it from red to blue, and as you can see, it's changing everywhere. And that's probably it for this video. I hope you found it useful, and if you did, please consider hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out any new videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.